Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. There is a double special banner in Fire Emblem Heroes this week. A couple days, actually, so I wanted to try and put some thoughts together on what all this kind of looks like for you. Um, it's confusing, I think, for the most part, but it's also questionable, which I think makes it even more fun. So let's just start with the obvious. The remainders. There's no colorless options down there. Um. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Yes, that is correct. You'll also notice fair amount of 4 stars. Like, there's a lot of 4 stars. Like, it's a problem how many 4 stars there actually are. That are still in red alone. It's not good. It's not good. And honestly, the main issue with that is if you look over in the upcoming, we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit. But if you look at the upcoming, it basically alternates between Chloe Robin, Sharena Goldthig, Gold Mary, Nephany, right? They're always alternating blue or red in terms of the duo / harmonized option, and they never pair a duo or harmonized option with a 4 star, right? That's a problem because you have like so many 4 stars in red alone that you're not gonna see those reruns happen so long as they are putting in a new red duo or harmonized option, which they're going to be doing for the next like 4 double special banners. It's a little vexing. It's a little vexing. I think that being my main issue, I think the other problem is that the colorless dispersion is so bad. I mean, you can see in the remainders there are technically 5 options. Blue technically has 3, green has 4, colorless has none. None. But you can see in the upcoming there are 6, which is pretty much on par with everybody else. So that issue being, are we gonna have like 2 to 4 double specials that have just colorless filler in them until everything catches up? I don't know. I feel like they've kind of backed themselves into a corner here, and I appreciate that more than likely they do not color pick options on special banners specifically to fit this kind of shoehorned narrative in what a double special banner is going to look like on the rerun. Frankly, triangle doesn't matter. Color really doesn't matter anymore in terms of like gameplay or combat or whatever. Mechanically speaking, color has very little value now. So I'm not sure what prompts them to make a certain color something other than the fact that swords are always red, polearms are always blue, axes are always green. Beyond that, I don't know. I don't know why they choose what color for whomst. Okay? But there is a big disparity here. And I think just putting it all on a board like that really emphasizes how out of whack everything is. So that said, here's the remainders. I mean, there's still ninjas from last year in the likes of Heather. Okay? And then beyond that, you know, there's New Year. I think that's like the next oldest one. and then Desert, and so on. If you go back to last year's double special that happened in August, it had things like Winter Annette, Dorothea. It had Spring Carla on it. I think she was a filler or something. I don't remember. Maybe not. I think she was a filler. Desert Nino, Duo Mark. So there were Children's Banner, there was Winter Banner, and I think Takumi was there too. So they had like a Valentine's representation too. So that said, for this August 24, not August 23, August 2024, for their banner, it wouldn't be crazy to have Children's Banner representation. Okay. And we kind of have to an extent, because the next duo harmonized options are Spring Chloe and Kid Robin, if you will, which is also paired with Crom, so also Robin. You get my point. It's not odd, and then we also obviously have some other stuff thrown in there. There is some Valentine's, right, with Ephraim. A lot of Desert options still, honestly, which is a little surprising. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think we are approaching perhaps a great reset, a retcon, if you will, where they just don't give us 4 stars for like a B. And I think this might be the banner to do it, where they just rerun some popular, slightly heavier hitting duo options. I have Amir and Bride Tiki down there as kind of, visual aids / representations / guesses / I don't know, they're colorless duos. But I think that might give colorless a bit of a breather. And they may, in fact, have to do this again. But I think just skipping colorless this time, not doing any 4 stars at all, might pivot them to a better position. But at the end of the day, you are going to eventually have to break that 4-star sharing with duo unwritten rule in order to get everybody caught up. Or you just don't have 4 stars on at all anymore. Because, see, what happened was this colorless disparaging issue that we've had, where it's not that we don't get enough. There were several banners, and over time, over the course of a year or two, because I mean, we literally we just had Festival Dagger, Wind Tribe Dagger, last double special, almost a year out, right? And you guys all remember, I think it was New Year Caden, how long he took to come back, right? There were banners similar to how you have the second summer banner. You can see on there, there's no green option, right? There were several banners throughout the course of 16 months where colorless had no representation at all. And so then you had filler from past duos, right? We literally just had one last time with Kagero. And when that happened, you started to build a gap. And over time, that gap increased incrementally. And it wasn't an issue for a little while. But now, even tiny cracks can become giant fissures. Okay? And now this is kind of what we have, where over probably 6-ish double special banners, we've had fillers pop in, and now there's just colorless is finally caught up, right? In the upcoming pool, colorless is caught up, but now you have all these because you never had fillers in other colors, and you never increased the number of double special banners. So now you have a bunch of leftover other colors that if they didn't exist and you just had the upcoming pool, boom, you would be looking so clean. Bro, you'd be looking so clean. But we don't have that. So here's how I think we fix it ultimately. And by we, I mean, I'm talking directly to the developers that watch my channel over at Intelligent Systems. I think you just increase the number of double special banners. I think you put out a double special banner every month. And you just rerun them. Okay? I think you just rerun them. Anything that's not in the 4-star special rate special pool, whatever the heck that thing's called, whatever's ticket eligible, if you will, or the 4-star special hero special rate on those older special banners that pop up. Anything not in that pool, make them eligible for these again and just do them every month. Because in truth, doing these every other month was also never going to be sustainable. Because we have multiple special banners in a year. Sometimes more than once a month. So, taking a monthly banner, sometimes a twice monthly banner, especially if you're looking at January. See you, January. You are going to have an overlap. Because going from 1 to 2, and then just doubling up, when you have more than one a month, eventually is going to build to a bigger crack. And so all these issues compounding has left us with whatever the hell this looks like. Where you don't have an even balance between the colors on the banner themselves, and then you're forced to put filler options in those every other month double specials, while having a monthly special banner, sometimes 2. This is where we end up in year 8. That's how that happens. So I think you just need to increase the number of double special banners, and you need to rerun limited heroes more frequently. Which I think, honestly, is kind of a win. FEH has a huge banner problem in general, and their solution to that is just, well, let's make more. So, you know, if you're going to do that with standard banners, why not, you know, with weekly revivals and all of that stuff, why not do it with special heroes too? Why not? And while you're at it, increase the number of remixes, refines that you get. Do that too. Just go all in. Go all in. Pump out a bunch of banners every month. Put 50 banners in a month. I don't care. And just let the individual choose which ones they want to roll on. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Problem solved. Kind of. In theory, you would then also have to increase the number of free orbs that are given as well. But we all know that that does not happen. So really, you're going to banner yourself into a deficit at some point. Where you're just putting out banners that people don't pull on. But it would solve the availability issue. The acquiring aspect, once the availability is increased, that is a different problem altogether. But just make more. Anyway, I don't know if that prediction's right. I'm just guessing that is something that they might do. Just don't put any 4 stars on there at all. Just give us 4 duo harmonized, 2 of which are are in the upcoming / remainder line of procession. And pray. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. Hope that was helpful. If it wasn't, I don't know. Doesn't even know what they're doing, so best I got.